To this because we have breaking news. There's a presser going on in the state of Florida by the state attorney there, and this is regarding Madeline Soto, who you have heard about, and the child, and Stearns is the one who had been charged with pornography. Let's get you live into the presser.
7.5 weeks actually. The Kissimmee Police Department and my office have been working closely to go over every piece of evidence that we could gather in this case. It was a voluminous and a lot of evidence to get through during that time, but we were successful in getting through it and making sure that we were able to provide the best case we could. Today, we're announcing that Stephan Stearns has been indicted by the grand jury on first-degree murder for the killing of Madeline Soto. We presented the case to the grand jury. They returned an indictment earlier today. There has been some questions as related to the length of investigation. I just want to let you know again that my office and the Kissimmee Police Department have been working vigilantly in making sure that we had every opportunity to get every piece of evidence that we could. I want to thank the Kissimmee Police Department and their tireless efforts. They've done an amazing job in the heavy lift that we've asked them to do, as well as the prosecutors that have been assigned to this case and making sure that we got every piece of evidence reviewed and gathered in this case. While death investigations usually take around 5 to 6 weeks or longer, we were able to get this one done relatively quickly and get the case to the front of the grand jury, like I said earlier today, to return the indictment against Mr. Stephan Stearns. The death penalty in this case, we have not decided to what decision we're going to make in that case. We're going to continue those discussions going forward, and we'll let you know again when we make that decision as to whether we're going to seek the death penalty in this case. I want to thank the grand jury for their hard work and their efforts in making sure that we're making this first step in seeking justice for Madeline Soto, for her family, and so the community can have closure in this case. The defendant will appear at initial appearances, I believe probably the next day or two. Then the case will proceed down its normal path, and we'll try to keep you abreast of how the case is moving, as well as you probably ask us questions to make sure that we are providing that proper information to keep you abreast of how the case is going down the normal path of the criminal justice system. I'd like now to introduce Chief of Police Betty Holland, and for her to provide comment.
Uncovering the evidence to move forward with this case. We know this case has gained significant public attention because Madeline had just celebrated her 13th birthday and was just a child. The evidence shows an individual that was entrusted to keep Madeline safe, made calculated moves, disposed Madeline's belongings, 4 days following her disappearance, the community was actively looking to find Madeline safe. On March 1st, Madeline's remains were found. Our detectives have worked tirelessly to piece together the events leading up to Madeline's disappearance and death. With the collaboration of the state's attorney's office, we prepared the case for the grand jury that was heard today. The grand jury determined that our department secured enough evidence to obtain a first-degree murder indictment. We appreciate each grand jury member for their careful consideration. We want to thank the diligent work of the state's attorney's office, the medical examiner's office, and our other law enforcement partners who assisted with this investigation. Your expertise and dedication were instrumental in uncovering the truth. The indictment signifies a crucial step forward in our quest for justice and a testament to our commitment to honoring Madeline's memory. We will now take questions.
Chief Holland, as far as actually we're on the spectrum, can you give us the cause of death for Madeline Soto now that you have this?
Right, I'm going to defer to the state's attorney.
Good afternoon. Although an indictment has been returned this afternoon, it is still an open and ongoing criminal investigation. So much of this information cannot be disclosed until Mr. Stearns' attorney, if he does so, elects to participate in discovery, and then all of you in the media know how to go about seeking information in public records.
Was there anyone else in the house?
Not that we've uncovered. uncovered.
Again, all questions about the facts of the case are not subject to disclosure because of public records laws at this time. Once his attorney participates in discovery, then you can make public records requests through your normal channels as you do in other cases.
What is the status of the investigations in regards to the murder? Something you can share about it?
At this time, the only person being charged is Stephan Stearns. And again, this is not over. There is an ongoing investigation to uncover more evidence, and therefore we can't comment. There's going to be the same response on any question about the facts of the case.
How do we determine
Through the facts of the case.
State Attorney, what factors have to be considered before you decide it's going to be a death case?
So with any death case that is reviewed by my office, when it's determined to be a homicide, we have to look at the statutory aggravating factors that are laid out in our Florida law. But once we've determined that we have sufficient evidence to prove those factors to the proper evidentiary standard, then we had to have a talk about whether this is a death penalty case. And that's a discussion that we're still going to be having for the next couple of weeks to make sure that we're making a legal decision that's appropriate in this case.
Leading up to this, have there been any plea discussions with Mr. Stearns, considering there's so many other factors and variables, people you guys are looking into? Has he decided to participate in the investigation?
I'll leave that for Mr. Will.
Cannot comment on whether Mr. Stearns is doing anything. He has counsel. And as far as plea offers, no, there are no plea offers made on the open case. You can address that question with the indictment that should be on the clerk's website if it's not already.
Sergeant State's attorney.
Again, any question about the facts of the case, it's going to be the same answer. Once his attorney participates in discovery, the public records laws change, and you all will be able to get a lot of that information.
I know you mentioned it's an ongoing investigation. Has the 60 charges already filed against Stearns? You know about those 60? Is there anybody else involved with those 60 charges, or is that concerned? Are you guys focused that's just Stearns on the 60 charges already against him filed?
As far as the 60 counts that are already filed against Mr. Stearns, that is solely involving Mr. Stearns as a defendant. Not to those 60 charges.
All right, Madeline Soto, you may recall, was reported missing a few days later. She was found in rural Florida after she was reporting missing, and Madeline Soto, apologies, and she had been murdered. And I just have to comment, Michael, now he's charged with her murder. Prior to today, he had been charged with sexual battery, molestation, and child porn-related crimes dating back to 2019. She would have been 8 years old at that time. I know there's a presumption of innocence. I got to tell you, I don't really care. Throw away the key. And they better make darn certain this is the mother's boyfriend in the home, that mother didn't have occasion to have realized something was amiss.
I think that's what they're talking about generally when they're talking about the case and investigation still being open, trying to figure out what role the mother may have played. Again, we don't want to cast aspersions on her. We also know these folks tend to be in groups, so maybe other people were involved, but you're absolutely right. Based on videos and photos found on his phone, 60 charges
60.
of child abuse, child pornography, all kinds of things. This child was just 8 years old when it began. Quickly, they were talking about making a decision on the death penalty. You heard the prosecutor say a decision hasn't been made. They're going to look at aggravating factors. I can tell you from looking at the statute, some of the aggravating factors, prior criminal history. Not sure this guy has an extensive violent criminal history. He was a person within the custodial position.
Which is an important
aggravating factor. And it was a child under the age of 12.
Yeah, all those things matter. And they
so.
did the math and said that there could have been at least 400 images of child porn. So you put that all together, I think he should be looking at the death penalty.
Yeah, I have no doubt that they're going to come back.
Yeah, this is a horrible, I mean, it's just all, yeah. Good for them.
Yes.
The indictment this morning, again, for first-degree murder against Stephan Stearns, the boyfriend of the mother, now accused of murdering Madeline Soto.